¿Algo para declarar? I'm sorry?
Did we hear noises?
All right. Reverse to secondary.
Did you see it?
There we go.
It's right down there.
Okay.
Oh, I see it. Yes, I see it. I've been in here for 8 years and I've never seen this before.
We're gonna have to go in there and get it.
Ay, pobrecito. It's tiny. I'm guessing they took off from their house coming to from Juarez to El Paso. They heard the cat meowing halfway up the bridge. When they came down, they told us I got stuck in here inside of the engine. Maybe the mama cat put it in there, because it's a tiny baby kitten. He survived all that time in the car, bro. He looks thirsty. He's been in the heat. It's a cutie. Want to give her a name?
Fenders.
Fenders. Fenders. He's gonna take it back and see if he can find the mother wherever he parked last night at his house. Se va a encariñar. You never know what you're gonna see here. Yeah, it's always something new.
Help.
Over here.
What you got?
The officer in primary found a bung. Todo lo que está el carro es tuyo.
No, pues esa es mi hermana, no.
Yo entiendo, pero estás cruzando una frontera internacional. ¿Qué tal si el vehículo tiene algo y vienes tú y lo cruzas y dices, eso no es mío, pero lo estoy cruzando yo? So, te haces responsable de todo lo que está en el vehículo ahora mismo.
No tengo de otra.
Ok. Abre el cofre, la cajuela y bájate el vehículo. Yes.
Here at the port, we do have a zero tolerance policy to try and deter people from coming over with any amount of narcotics. From the smallest amount, personal use, it will get processed and seized.
Since the amount of marijuana is not allowed, they're gonna get a fine around $500 and they're gonna be released.
Yeah, it won't happen again. It was just a mistake that young people make.
Look at that. It's all clothes and it's all name brand.
We have a combination of Louis Vuitton and Gucci. These companies will not commingle their merchandise and import them at the same time.
They're counterfeit.
The trafficking of counterfeit goods is one of the top 4 drivers for fueling transnational organized crime.
We have a Louis Vuitton, here's Burberry. Burberry and Louis Vuitton don't come from Asia.
Transnational criminal organizations are using it to fund their operations. And they're finding that it's a lot easier to do counterfeit goods than to sell narcotics or smuggle human beings across the border.
The Jumpman logo is always solid. You see the stitching coming undone. These are counterfeit.
We're not talking about just counterfeit jerseys. We're talking about counterfeit semiconductors that go into your vehicles, counterfeit chips in the military supply chain, counterfeit baby formula. This runs the gamut. This could affect potentially public health and safety issues, as well as national security issues. And this is why HSI is focused on fighting counterfeit goods.
This is the briefing for our IPR operation. We're going to be working with local trademark representatives regarding a major event going on here in the area. Going out on foot, looking for individuals selling counterfeit goods in the area of the major event. So any questions on that? Thank you. We're trying to hit the people who make these in the pocketbook. So we tackle this throughout the United States on the street so that we can reduce the amount of counterfeit goods being sold in the U.S. The trademark company called, said they have a vendor that's selling counterfeit shoes, maybe looking at approximately 300 or 400 pairs. Let's head over and see what we found. Typically, we find individuals who have these counterfeit goods come out to sell them in bulk when we have major events, such as what's going on right now. And shoes are typically a hot ticket item because of the value, because of the resale value. There's a lot of market out there. This is probably what we're looking at right here. I'm Special Agent Poole with Homeland Security Investigation. The white car's yours?
Yes.
What do you sell the shoes for?
It goes from like 50 bucks to 125.
50 to 125?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of a cool color. I haven't seen Jordans in that color in a while.
Yeah.
These are very high dollar shoes, but some of these shoes are not in the original colors from Nike. All right, here's the deal. I got a report that you're selling stuff that's not legitimate. Do you have anything showing me that you purchased these things through Nike, Adidas?
These shoes are not counterfeits.
Okay, open up your truck. Let's get all those shoes out, and then we'll go from there. Wow. Dude, your entire car is loaded.
That's probably $60,000.
Traveling alone?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
Colombia.
How was it?
Good.
You live there or here?
Yeah.
Newark Airport is a hub to New York, to Philadelphia, to Connecticut.
What do you do for work?
Truck driver?
Like a semi-truck?
Yeah, like 18-wheeler.
Okay. Take care.
It's a 24/7 operation. We have 20,000 passengers a day, and you don't know what you're going to confront.
Where are you arriving from today?
We're arriving from Portugal.
Portugal? You currently live in the United States?
Yeah.
All right, have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you, bye.
Because of our large footprint, smuggling organizations use Newark as a hub to smuggle in narcotics, contraband, or even people to the tri-state area, even as far up as Boston.
Budapest?
Yeah.
How long were you out of the country?
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
5. 4.5.
4.5 weeks.
Yeah.
At Newark Airport, we use a two-prong approach when screening for currency and narcotics.
You're in school? You work here?
I'm in school.
Awesome. All right. Very
Cool.
good.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day, huh?
Most of the times, passengers only see the primary inspections, but we have other departments like ATSET, which is the Anti-Terrorism Contraband Enforcement Team.
All right, guys, we're gonna hit a couple of flights today. Starting off with Dominican Republic. We're gonna take the X-ray out, get some baggage.
They're tasked with meeting the aircraft at the gate, looking into a traveler's bag to make sure that there's no contraband or any currency or anything of interest.
We're kind of a support team. We work with the teams upstairs. We narrow it down to bags of interest. When we find something of interest, we put it on the baggage belt, make sure the officers upstairs make the passenger taking possession of the bag. You want to keep eyes on it because you don't know who's out here. Sometimes, if it's an internal conspiracy, anybody working around the aircraft in America might be communicating with somebody from Dominican Republic. They might throw a bag full of drugs in, be on the other side. And ramp agents know on this side, might grab it real quick, take off. Just check out that bag.
Found something.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Gonna be a lot.
This is a pretty substantial one.
This is an abundance of medication for personal use. A lot of people go down to the DR to collect like pills and medications and bring it back. It's easier to collect them without getting a prescription down there. We'll follow this to the back room. One of us go upstairs, make sure it's still in contact, and we'll let Pierre know. They'll meet us, they'll take the passenger and do the examination, okay?
Okay. So we're gonna go follow the bag, get the chocolate that the bag belongs to, and then we're gonna do an inspection. Get the story of why so much medication.
We want to make sure they're not trying to sell anything or get something that's not allowed in America through FDA regulations. This is the baggage carousels. This is where all the ramp agents bring the bags, they throw them on the belt. You get them at baggage claim.
I'm gonna head upstairs now. Just call me when you send the bag up, and I'll meet you up there.
Wait a couple minutes. Make sure you're in the right position.
Thanks. I'm here now. You can send it back.
There you go. It's right there.
You got him?
Yeah.
Is that the bag?
All right, come on.
How are you?
This is your bag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Come with me.
This one. What's this? Oh. Whoa. A lot of pills. All right. There's probably like 100 pair of shoes.
100 pair of shoes?
Yeah. All my stuff is legitimate. I buy shoes from like Foot Locker or somewhere like that.
Today we have a couple of trademark representatives trained in what is and what is not counterfeit goods. And we use them as our kind of our guidance.
These shoes are not counterfeit.
Okay, the trademark representative is looking at all the items to determine the extent of what we have here.
Yes, sir.
We typically look for things such as stitching, country of manufacturers, the way a tag's laid out, those type of things.
They're counterfeit. I bought this from the store.
Okay, where's the tag?
I didn't buy them from, I bought them from different people.
You bought it online?
Yes, sir.
There's no markings on it. The packaging doesn't match how legitimate packaging is. So you got stuff that's not legitimate. We're going to seize them based on the trademark representative's assertion that they are counterfeit.
You're saying they're about to take all of my shoes from me.
At this point, I don't have a choice. You will have the right to petition to get those items back if you can show that you purchased them through legitimate means. All right?
All right.
We're going to seize what he has out here on display. He has decided he's going to abandon these products, which basically means he's given up his legal rights to these products. Considering these shoes are higher-end shoes, it's a significant seizure. We're going to go back to our office. We're going to enter them into our seizure system and see if he'll give us information regarding where he bought the shoes from. We have agents in several foreign countries to try to stop it at the source so that we can reduce the amount of counterfeit goods being sold in the U.S. This is the last of it. Sometimes it's like playing Tetris.
¿Dónde vas?
Aquí al centro.
¿Qué lleva?
Llevo $300 en efectivo.
Okay, perfect. Buen día.
Gracias.
Muy buenas tardes. ¿Español o inglés? ¿Español? Ok, muy bien. ¿Vives aquí? ¿Qué haces en Juárez?
Fui por una visita y arreglarme las uñas.
Ah, muy bien, ok. ¿Nomás ese paquete traes?
Traigo unos niños que jueves para todos.
Ok, ¿cuántos traes? 25. ¿Se los compras? ¿Y para qué las usas tú?
Lo como todos los días, es mi snack diario.
Okay. Let's inspect it and see what else we find, because sometimes they declare some, but not everything. ¿Me abres la cajuela, por favor? Okay, so here we go. You think this is more than 25? I think it's more than 25. I think this is way more than 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can count 25 in one bag. That's an automatic no-no. There is no way somebody can eat this every single day. She's got 2 trash bags full. I believe that this is commercial quantity. We're gonna go ahead and send it in. Can I have an escort, lane 8. Escort lane 8. I'm gonna look at your vehicle, okay?
Okay.
It's going right over there, facing that direction. She did declare 25. You wanna see how many bags she actually does have? Okay. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 19, 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 17. So traes 37 bolsas. 37. Tú me dijiste de 20 a 25.
Yes.
Sí, pero te pregunté el total. ¿Cuántas bolsas en total traes?
Una cena de mi familia.
Sí.
Ellos lo pidieron y ellos lo pagaron y nada más me lo pidieron.
Ok, recuerda que tú lo traes. Que no me dijiste traigo 20, 25 y lo traigo más aparte para tus familiares. Eso no me dijiste, ¿ok? ¿No te han dicho alguna vez algo de esto? Ok, no puedes traer esta cantidad. Va a ser un penalty, son 500 hasta más. So, te vamos a dar la oportunidad de regresar una vez más. It's a commercial quantity, but not an exaggerated commercial quantity. We usually give a second chance depending on how they act and their attitude. So we're gonna give her the opportunity to return back to Mexico today. The story she gave us that she eats 2, 3 a day, that was kind of like not believable. And our job is to make sure that they are bringing what they say they are bringing. and the purpose of the merchandise. Síguelos a ellos. Dale de reversa y te vas por allá.
So you have to take all of these medications? We have been noticing a lot of prescription drugs coming from source countries, Dominican Republic, Colombia, and Guatemala. This is a thing where, you know, they bring the prescription drugs, they're often bringing it for other people, it's not even for themselves. So it's our job to make sure that these prescriptions are actually for a clinical purpose and not for resale. What kind of conditions do you have?
He has a lot of heart conditions.
Heart conditions?
He has a pacemaker.
Oh,
He had like
pacemaker.
3 heart attacks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and you're still alive. Wow, that's a blessing. He's Iron Man.
And then my mom had back surgery.
Back surgery as well?
arthritis, and all that.
Okay, all right. So you have to take all of these medications all at once, or how does it work?
11 pills in the morning.
11
6
pills.
in the night. Me.
And it's all for the heart attack?
Yep.
And blood
For the heart
Blood
condition?
pressure and cholesterol.
Okay, so it's all the other surrounding issues that you have. Now, these are from like a U.S. practitioner,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
U.S. practitioner. We generally see people come back with medication from practitioners overseas. So it's kind of good that a lot of it is labeled with the name, the doctor that he went to see in West New York. So this all stuff it's all good for me. It's good on my end. Who's a police officer?
They didn't tell him you're police.
You're a police?
They saw your badge.
This is your badge. You have credentials? Where are you a cop at? Do you have a gun? You have a gun? Oh, Lord. Where's your gun? Where is it? He said he has guns. This is just an example of our two-prong approach where, you know, AT set, they may find something, and we'll conduct the inspection. 2 teams working together as it should, like a well-oiled machine.
The crimes in Colombia really touch the entire portfolio of HSI, and that ranges from drugs to money laundering. So HSI's mission in Colombia is to support our domestic investigations back home that have a transnational nexus. Not only train and provide advice to our foreign partners, but to gather intelligence and information so that we can identify the criminal elements back home and dismantle and disrupt those organizations operating in both countries.
Nuevamente, gracias muchachos por estar acá, gracias por la disposición para con el ejercicio.
Van a estar los compañeros de la agencia HSI. Esta es la casa objetivo. Por acá ingresamos. Miren la cantidad de comercio que hay sobre la vía. Ya nos ha dado la experiencia que hay una probabilidad un poco alta de que quizás se pueda presentar alguna respuesta pues, por parte de la gente. Sin embargo, por eso queremos hacerlo temprano. ¿Alguna pregunta?
Dios los bendiga.
We're getting ready to start deploying to the site where a search warrant is about to take place, looking for counterfeit shoes. We have a SWAT team. They make the entries in high-risk places. We also have support from the regular police patrol. We also have the assistance of a drone that is flying the area to make sure it's our perimeter secure. This is one of several organizations that are involved with counterfeit items in this part of the country. And at the end of the day, this affects the U.S. in several ways. They're using this and many other warehouses where they sell counterfeit items. You know, and all this goes back to money laundering. This is just profit that goes back and is invested back to the narcotic side over and over and over again. Be careful. good to go. We're gonna start heading into the possible warehouses, looking for any evidence of counterfeit items. There might be shoes, there might be clothing items, or any other contraband. ¿Sabía algo? Sí. There's a big chance all this is gonna be counterfeit items. The room is full. And already shoes in here, name brand Adidas.
Ya acá se puede encontrar más Adidas, Puma.
Another type of shoe, you can smell right away cheap material, which is possibly very toxic, glue and plastic that could potentially cause health issues for the people purchasing this item. These guys are selling this here, average $10. But they're still making profit out of $10 because technically when they bring this item from China, they're only paying between $2 to $3. Here we're looking at several thousands of pairs of shoes just between these two warehouses. This is profit that goes back to the narcotic side.
Esto es información, esto, los documentos que pueden ver acá es información para nosotros. Todo esto comienza a ser evidencia.
Okay.
Sí.
We have information here of where it came from, the companies being involved. So it's not just seizing all this merchandise, but also this is what's going to help us identify any connections in the United States and other parts of the world.
Buenos días. Bájame la ventana, por favor. ¿Hacia dónde se dirige? A Home Depot. ¿Y qué va a hacer en el Home Depot? Que le vaya bien.
Referral, lane 6. You're gonna go to secondary, okay?
We have a vehicle that we're gonna check out further. The driver is nervous, and we suspect that there's something in there.
Notice anything unusual other than the windshield and the front bumpers not being as dirty as they should be, considering he's traveling from Delicias, Chihuahua, which is a good time of travel. It looks a little cleaner than usual.
Check it out.
There. Where's it at? Oh yeah, it's got a track.
We just got a call on our AT set unit, Newark Airport. Basically, our targeting unit targeted a passenger going to Greece. And we're gonna go find the bags now, pull those bags, have K9 run it. We gotta work quickly because we have a passenger over at the gate we gotta go interview. Hey Frank, we got the bags. Frank, you wanna run the dog? Yeah. You want us to lay it like this? Lay it flat? Yeah, no problem. See if they get a positive alert. Positive on that one, all right? Yeah. pass it through the X-ray. So there is brick-shaped objects here in this area. We've gotten already probably like 8 of these recently, one just yesterday. Same type of pattern, but it's suspected that it is marijuana. We're gonna bring the bags upstairs, pull the passenger, and we're gonna interview the passenger, and basically they have to claim their bags and say that those are their bags, and then we'll open up the bags in front of them to see if it's suspected marijuana. We're gonna try and get the passenger. The bag tags already have her name on it, so she can't say that they aren't her bags. And we'll see what's in the bags.
Hey, how you doing? Have your passport out?
I get it.
Next. That's all right. How you doing? How you doing?
Thank you.
How many bags do you have?
2.
2? Come this way real quick. Right in. Are these your bags? Okay. You know what's in here? You packed it? No, who packed it? Okay. Take a seat in here. Sit on your butt. Cross your feet.
That's a large quantity.
Close that up. Stand up for me. Turn around.
From the smell and from the texture of it, and basically the latest trend has been just outbound marijuana. So we're suspecting it is marijuana, but we will confirm it when we test it in the office. You guys are taking her to Terminal C?
B.
Terminal B? Okay. Terminal B. Sweet tea, we got vanilla frost.
Oh, we got white truffle.
This weed now is so potent, and it's gotten so strong that now all these other countries want some of it, basically, in a nutshell. This year alone, it had to be over, how many would you say passenger-wise that we caught?
14 so far?
About 14 that we caught. All right, yeah, there you go. That's a nice purple.
That's the purple.
All right, so that confirms it's marijuana. It turned purple.
All right, so we just finished adding up the contents of the gray bag. We're gonna start adding up the contents of the second bag.
This lady actually had done 2 prior trips to this one day, and she probably gets anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 just for bringing the load over to Europe. What happens next is we do contact HSI. HSI does come. They'll call and see if we take it federally. If not, it's going to go state. Today was a good, productive day. We worked as a team. We got these drugs off the streets over there in Europe. That's what we live for. I mean, we love the rush of it, and every day's different. And that's what I love about this job.
This is a ledger of sales and distribution. And it's going all the way back to 2020. I'm sure they'll find some more ledgers digging back even further.
poniendo allá afuera, pero...
Sí.
With their counterparts here in Colombia, they're putting everything in containers, and everything is to be transported from this back to the office. And from there, they will document more specifically, more detail as to how many shoes, colors, brand names, and then they kind of estimate the price. Eventually, part of it will be destroyed, and part of it will be donated to the local charities.
It's amazing just how much merchandise can fit in 2 small apartments. A lot of money.
We're right now the center of attention. People are getting together to do some kind of protest, fighting for their merchandise. So it's time for us to depart. No Americans in the area. It helps them calm down the situation, and it's also for our safety purposes better for us to take off.
The tracker could be like a GPS, or wires like this could be a microphone. So we don't know yet. We have to follow the cable. Obviously, you can see the tape here. There's been some tampering. This is not normal in a vehicle.
We're good with the 7-point inspection, and now we're gonna call the Z Portal. Z Portal, you have a 2016 Fluence Renault.
Looking at anomalies in the rear bumper area of the vehicle. Looks like a non-factory compartment. We're gonna go to Area 51. Area 51 is the area where we take our vehicle to extract the anomalies that we noticed on the X-ray. I'm gonna go ahead and drill the compartment. We got a white powdery substance.
All right, let's see what we can do.
That's all Bondo right there. There they are. That's off. There you go. They created a non-factory compartment. This is all Bondo, which made it pretty easy for us to tear apart without any heavy machinery. And we're most likely gonna have to dig a little bit more this way to extract these right here.
I don't know.
They get pretty advanced on these compartments, and never ceases to amaze me how good of a job they do. From what it looks like from the X-ray, that's pretty much just going to be our primary area. But I mean, you'd rather be safe than sorry to make sure we extract everything. Yeah, but yeah.
So they load the bottom, get all this in here full of packages.
All clear. The Gemini will let us know what the powdery substance is going to test positive for. Boom. Positive for the properties of cocaine.
.72 kilos. So now we're just waiting on HSI to come in and talk to the individual. It's really up to them now.
because it's very significant to us that we were able to catch the cocaine here, and we kept it from making it to the streets. You know, we don't know who it's going out to. We're keeping it from getting to potentially kids, which are the biggest concern. So I'm just proud that we were able to catch it and it didn't make it to where they intended to take it.
Just to give you a quick update, out of this warehouse, not only were they gonna send some of those items outside the country, but it also appears that they are the ones that were providing for the other businesses in the area. Also, during the execution of the warrant, Colombian authorities were listening to some phone calls, and they were able to confirm that the target of the investigation was actually making some phone calls saying, hey, they're outside, they're looking at this, blah, blah, blah. So Colombians are 100% sure now it's another target. We still need to confirm whether it's in country or outside of the country.
Well, good. It's a good hit, man. Thank you very much. Let's make sure that we're coordinating with CBP, with HSI back home. We know if it's stopped at any of our ports, and we get the Colombian National Police all the information that they can and that they need for the investigation here.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
What we're trying to do with counterfeit goods is we want to disrupt the ability of these transnational criminal organizations to make monies. But down here, we'll get them all sorted into their various areas. Air Forces are where?
I have a few Air Force over here.
Okay. We want to dismantle all the suppliers and reduce the likelihood that those funds could be used against the U.S. government, its people, and try to stop people from getting hurt, both financially and physically. That's our end goal.